Hey there, it's Friday. So end of the week, another weekend. This is going to be end of week 5, I guess. I think this is like 34 or 35 video. So, oh my gosh, 5 weeks. And it might turn out that things will get a lot longer, things are uncertain now. I mean, for the most part, a lot of states and the federal government have kind of expected that the lockdown would go up until somewhere around this time, around the beginning of May. But there's just so much uncertainty, and really the expectation is that we're either going to be extending the lockdown. Some states have already released their lockdown, but I think for the most part, people are kind of expecting that the government will provide some kind of step-by-step phase out where we're going to start opening up some businesses and we'll go from there. Some companies are kind of extending things out as well. Recently, there's a news article saying that some tech companies have been extending out their return to work till October. Now, whoa, that's another 6 months or 5 months, 4 months maybe. Depends on how you kind of look at it, right? So yeah, it's going to be like this for here and now. That means that I could expect at least 120 more episodes of the coronavirus vlog. I mean, that's going to tick up a number quite a bit. I mean, even just seeing like 34 and 35, man, that's a lot of videos. But regardless, I think that really there are certain areas that have been flattening a curve in terms of the number of cases of coronavirus and deaths. Of course, you want to maintain that, so pretty much you want to hold that out until the vaccine comes out, which would be the end of the war on coronavirus. But yeah, I had a little discussion on the coronavirus situation now. I did want to talk about spending resources because I think this is probably what I can consider one of my greater abilities, is that I'm pretty effective at spending resources. It could be said that I'm just lucky for the most part, but I did play a game where pretty much resources was the name of the game. It was called O Game, but pretty much you're going to have to build a space empire, and this kind of runs all the time, right? So you'll be offline, but your game will still be going on. And you kind of want to manage your time and resources in a way that you kind of grow points. I mean, there's really no real goal to the game, but really the intention that most people felt was that you just want to grow your empire. And I think this taught me a lot in terms of spending resources, because I think in terms of kind of how to spend my time and money, it's kind of effective. I mean, you can look into like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? Pretty much the basis of the book was that rich people, they buy assets. And I like to think that I buy assets. Hence, I have an empty house. I don't know if having things in your house is a liability, but I mean, definitely a way to live life, I guess. But I guess the more important thing is like how you spend your time, right? And time is just so valuable in how you spend it. I mean, I keep on going back to sleep because really if you sleep unwell for one night, it affects the next night, and it could actually affect the next day. So it can really have a cascading effect. So pretty much doing something as easy as just sleeping at the same time every day can be hugely beneficial. I guess just talk about money. I think definitely if you spend money on like a trip or something, maybe not a liability, but definitely not an asset, right? It's just money that goes away. And obviously my preferred form of asset is stock. I think that's just a preferred form of asset for most people because it's just so easy to buy a share and just be like, oh, amazing, I have a share of a stock. And it tends to grow over time. But it's super interesting to me that really every dollar that I spend today is actually the most valuable dollar I spend, right? Let's just say if the stock market doubles every 10 years, then if I spend $1 now, it'll be as if I spent $2 in 10 years. And most likely my wage would not increase by that much, but so it's likely that spending $1 now in investing is way more valuable than in the future. So yeah, that's it for today. Running a little bit long, but happy Friday, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hey there, what's up? It's the end of a Friday, beginning of the weekend. So, pretty cool. I think today I just want to talk a little bit about the meta game, right? Not necessarily game, but looking at this video that I'm making and then how I'm making these videos. It's very interesting, I think. There's numerous ways to make a YouTube channel, and obviously I've actually tried a few approaches. Well, just one, I would say. I used to make gaming videos, and it's kind of a different strain. I wasn't making daily videos necessarily, but I was making one maybe every other day, and I would just be spending a lot of time making each video, which were high quality, I would say. In this respect, I'm doing kind of daily vlogs, which kind of insists on the daily aspect. There's something very interesting about having this daily regular episode because people are somewhat drawn to that and you kind of build like an audience around the daily schedule. So I think that's pretty interesting in perspective. Obviously, I can do a lot better to make these videos because actually when thinking about it, there's actually a lot of things I do wrong if I look at other people's videos. Like for instance, I don't necessarily speak very fluently and conversationally when I'm actually talking to these videos, and really the eye contact is a little bit weak, I would say, for the most part. So there's a lot of really different incremental things I can do to change things. But I think people just take time to adjust into it. I mean, even after 35 videos, you would not expect this kind of growth to happen very naturally, right? Obviously, the natural growth cycle usually is quite linear and usually not very steep, but eventually there becomes this exponential growth curve where your learning kind of becomes very, very useful and impactful. So I'm still on the linear climb in terms of how to make these videos. See, I just broke eye contact again. I'm just really, really not great at this style just yet. I mean, I think when I was making gaming videos, they're not very personable, right? For the most part, the tension and focus is on the game. So I didn't really have to spend much time and focus with the camera. In fact, I was usually doing the pose like this. So I was just focused on the game and I'll just look over when I have something to say. This is a little bit of a different style and really a conversation is important. I kind of noticed that it's actually much better to edit less. This will save me time, right? So there's probably some kind of balance I can do in terms of like practicing how much I speak into the camera and then actually recording the speaking. So there's a lot of considerations I have to make and kind of normalize the process so things will be a little bit better. But for the most part, as long as I maintain the daily aspect, that's really all I'm going for. And, I'll just make the incremental improvements as they come. But yeah, a little bit of a little meta talk I think is a little bit interesting when I think about it. So I share it out there and, beginning of the weekend, so it should be pretty cool. I might be going downtown to get some more rice. I've ate 15 pounds of brown rice since quarantine started and I would have not expected that to happen. So it's a long one, that's for sure. So have a nice weekend and I'll see you later. Bye.